A song released 34 years ago this month by Aaron Tippin said this: "You've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. You've got to be your own man, not a puppet on a string. Never compromise what's right and uphold your family name. You've got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything." I just want to bust out and like dance and sing because what a good song. What a good song from my childhood. You should look it up if you are not familiar with it. We need more people speaking these words today, right? And we need to bring back all the good stuff from the past of people with good advice and strong values and morals, people who are willing to stand up for what they believe. You've got to stand for something. So yesterday I was listening to something and a particular word kept popping out to me, and the word was uncompromising. Uncompromising. Like, how often do you hear that word? That's probably not a word that's used a lot today. This fly wants to be a celebrity. It keeps flying around in my video. Uncompromising. Now, is that something that's good or is that something that's bad? Well, maybe it depends on the situation. I don't know. There's a lot of things that make me realize I'm getting old, and one of them is this. I used to think back in the day there was a lot of black and white, like things are pretty clear cut. And then as I got older, I was like, wow, there's a lot more gray in this world, and like right and wrong, and I don't know, there's a lot more gray than I used to think. And I'm getting back to a point where I feel like the cycles, this is how we know we're getting old, right? Like, man, I feel like there needs to be more black and white in this world because things are getting a little weird. But uncompromising. So I think about in our family. Okay, so I look at our government and our country is like a giant family, right? Like in our homes, we have to make rules. We have to be responsible to each other. We have to make our budget work, the finances. Country is a giant version of that, right? With some extra complications, probably. So I think about our family. And when I compromise on things, when I compromise on rules, when I compromise on my beliefs, when I compromise on what I think is right and the right way to raise kids, usually it comes and it bites me in the butt. Would anybody else agree with that? Like, usually end up regretting not just standing up for what I felt was right in the first case. Would we agree or would we not agree? I would really appreciate some comments. Like, lots of you see these and nobody comments. Could you start commenting? It would help other people see them if you think there's value to this. So, in our world, is it me or have we launched ourselves? It probably started slowly decades ago, maybe a century ago, I don't know, with a little bit of compromise, and then a little bit more compromise, and then a little bit more compromise. And is it me or is the compromise getting serious here lately? An example of the compromise that is I don't know, concerning in my opinion and that of a lot of other people, is one of our recent Supreme Court justice appointments. If I mispronounce her name, it's because I live in a hole. I don't listen to all the news. I listen to select news. So please forgive me if I mispronounce her name, but Ketanji Brown Jackson was appointed in 2022, and I believe it was on her second day of service that someone was asking her to define what a woman is. And the question was not answered. We can debate why it wasn't answered. Not gonna, whatever. Things have, is that something we compromise on? That seems to be something we have compromised on And when the compromises are being made to our babies, to our minors under the age of 18, and the parents aren't even the ones that get to make the decisions, friends, that's where my line is crossed there. We have to decide when it's important enough that we're going to stand for something, and then what are we going to do? And with a lot of this, y'all are out there like me, like, I don't know what to do. When you figure out what's going on, when you start getting the accurate information, like, wow, okay, what do we do? I don't know. But we all have to decide, right? Got to stand for something or you fall for anything. You've got to be your own man or woman, not a puppet on a string. Never compromise for what's right and uphold your nation's name. You've got to stand for something or you fall for anything.